9:45 is the time. Breaking news this morning. San Francisco Congresswoman and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing just moments ago that she will, in fact, seek another term in Congress.
Yeah, Pelosi has been serving in Washington since she was first elected in 1987. We know that she is a trailblazer.
A trailblazer, and joining us to talk more about this decision is political analyst Michael Yockey, who, by the way, worked with Pelosi in the House. So you're very familiar with the former Speaker and current Congresswoman. Yep. Michael, 83 years old, and says she's going to do it all over again. Your thoughts initially?
Well, you're only as young as you feel, and I think that Nancy has shown that she's still capable, still ready to roll, and quite frankly, you know, this is a hard time for San Francisco, and having someone in Congress who has that kind of knowledge, the skill, the leadership ability, the ability to bring resources to San Francisco is important. So, for a lot of people who thought that when she left the speakership, that was it. I would have put a lot of money that she was not giving up, and, well, I would have won.
Yeah, because I was in the other camp. I mean, after she said she wasn't going to run. Yeah, she said she wasn't going to run, obviously, to be Speaker again in the wake of her husband being attacked in San Francisco last year. And I thought maybe that was just sort of a signaling that she was going to be pulling back and eventually retiring to spend more time with him, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Well, I think that one can assume from that Paul is making a great recovery, because certainly family is extremely important to her. Family is first for her, and you saw how shaken she was after the attack. But I'm sure because of this, Paul is making a great recovery, and with his support and his blessing, to be sure, she's going to continue in the Congress. I mean, seriously, when you look at what's going on with San Francisco now, when you look at the fact that as a city, we're going to be needing a tremendous amount of federal resources to come in to help keep us going, whether it's a crime rate, whether it's our office vacancies, whether it's the fact that, you know, conventions are leaving us. Having someone with her star power, with her magnetism and her skill at bringing resources to the table is something that our city does continue to need. And she heard the call, and I'm sure this was not because of her alone. I'm sure that there are many people in San Francisco who are urging her to continue the fight, continue the battle, and certainly for what she represents and what our city has always continued to represent in terms of diversity, in terms of tolerance, in terms of acceptance, at a time when you see candidates out there continuing to make San Francisco and our values the poster child for the other, for the enemy. Having her in there to be that strong voice is going to be important, not just for our city, but for our country as well.
Well, staying on the topic of her husband, Paul Pelosi, how difficult do you think it was for her to make this decision, considering family? And I know that there were talks that she wanted to be there and closer to her husband, especially during this time. How difficult do you think of a decision it was for her to decide to run again?
Well, I have a feeling that in the end it was not difficult at all, because of the fact that Paul is making a great recovery. You see him out and about. You've seen him with her on a lot of special and important occasions, and I'm sure that his support was critical in her making that decision today. She would not be doing this in spite of him. She would be doing this because of him.
You know, I have to bring up the age thing, because that's what a lot of people are going to be talking about. We've had people criticizing Joe Biden that he's too old to continue on. Donald Trump, same argument. They're both, you know, pushing 80, if not a little more than 80. You've had Senator Dianne Feinstein having health issues. You've got Mitch McConnell, the Senate Minority Leader, having these freezing moments, and there's been this growing chorus of people saying, maybe, you know, if you're that old, you're too old. But I guess we've got Pelosi, who's still got all her faculties. She seems to be pretty sharp, as she always has been, saying, no, I'm going to stay in it.
Look, I mean, her faculties are the same as they were when I first met her decades ago. She is as sharp as ever. She is someone who has the energy of someone, you know, half her age. If you ever had to try and keep up with her and her heels on the marble halls of Congress, you're running out of breath while she's just cruising ahead. I mean, this is someone who really is an intellectual and physical marvel, and we're blessed to have that. And as long as she believes, and she'll be the first one to admit it if she was starting to slip. As long as she continues to believe, and her family believes that she has the ability to continue to do the work, she's going to do it. And yes, age is something that can matter, but only when it begins to manifest itself in signs that you can't do the job. And anyone who has seen her, anyone who's heard her, anyone who's seen all the interviews that she's done and all the speeches, she still has a breakneck schedule, can tell this is not someone who, by any stretch of the imagination, is acting, working, anything near an age that causes someone to think about retirement. She is strong. She is all there. And as long as she continues to believe, and the people of San Francisco continue to believe that she has the ability to make a difference for our city and for our country, she's going to stay in the Congress.
Well, we know that Pelosi, at making this announcement, posted on formerly known as Twitter, now X, that the main goal is to unite and bring liberty and justice for all. What do you think the overarching goal that she's trying to accomplish here? Do you think it's going to be, uniting the country, or maybe winning back over the House?
Push back against discriminating against protected classes.
Yeah, I mean, she is someone who's still a star, right? She is, even though the fact she's not the speaker, as Speaker Emeritus, as the fact that she is Nancy Pelosi, everything that she's done in her career, she is still star power for raising money and helping other candidates across the country. So she's still going to continue doing that. And that's going to be critical to sort of get back the Congress for the Democrats in 2024. In addition to that, she's just a symbol. I mean, world leaders still continue to come and talk to her, seek her guidance, seek her advice. And again, for us in San Francisco, who have leaned on her over the years to make sure that we have money for affordable housing, for AIDS, for the homeless, she is someone who has that strong ability to make that happen. And it's a good thing for San Francisco to have a dilemma whether or not she was going to have the benefit of her continuing to run again and not causing, what essentially would be a chaos in our political system. She decided not to. Interesting.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. We appreciate you weighing in on this breaking news story this morning. We'll let you go, but I'm sure we're going to talk to you more as the election cycle continues.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Raina.